counsel the parents about the 21st century, about the changes in the transformations in the education. So the mindset of the society, the mindset of the parents, it has to be changed, that the objective, or I will say that these subjective types of exams, they are not important. From the very beginning, we are integrating the life skills, and they are the social skills, the emotional skills, and critical thinking. And also I want to add here the all these, as I told you, due to the digitalization of education, information, technology and media skills, these things are also very important.
Preparing young children for the places they will find after finishing their education has, for some time now, cast a spotlight on what we often call as 21st century skills. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Great Principles. I'm your host, Seema, and in today's episode, we will explore why these skills are so important to the region as well as some essential consideration when aiming to incorporate it in curricula. Joining me in conversation is my very thoughtful educator of the day, Dr. Rashmi Tyagi. She is Academic Director of Asheville Schools, Asheville World School, Mumbai. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. I'm really honored to have you with me in conversation today.
Namaskar, everyone. And it is my proud privilege that I'm going to share the knowledge with all of you today on this great platform, which is given by none other than Seema Chhoriya. And I think she's doing a wonderful job, contributing to the educational world. And now I'm here today, and as I have been given this opportunity to share whatever is happening right now, in this, you can see this decade, 2021 decade, actually, it has become very important in the whole educational transformations which has taken place, after pandemic. And I had been in education, last 30, 35 years. And then as a student also, I had seen lots of changes. I mean, not this type of changes in the education. And that way, I'm saying that it is a different scenario altogether. Before pandemic, we were following the traditional teaching learning system with these standardized exams, where more of the that you can say memorization was given importance. And in our times also, when we were students, we were doing all this. And then we were getting good grades, we were getting the admissions in the big universities, and pass outs, they were getting very good jobs in whatever the government jobs or whatever. But right now, I had seen a paradigm shift in the education, and I think it is for the better. And along with the pandemic, the onset of National Education Policy 2020 has come. And that is why I think this has become very significant that the transformations are there. And also, I will add here that the digitalization of everything has taken place. Metaverse has come, and that has also just affected the change in education or transformation. So it is our duty, the educators, and then whomsoever is connected to the education, and for the society as well. I think this kind of a paradigm shift in education is affecting the whole world. Now, as all of you know, that after pandemic, the blended learning has set in. And now, even when the schools have started at their normal pace, still the this blended learning is existing. And also many other things are there, because now when we talk of the 21st century skills, and they are the communication, the collaboration, the critical thinking, and the problem solving. So now we have to teach all these things to the students, not only at the school level, but also at the college level, university level. Because I know about the Washington Accord with the universities of India and all over the world, that they want to know that whether the along with their whatever they are learning, their syllabus, the student what they can do other than their scholastic areas. What is their competency? What is the ability of the student? Because when they go out and then they are in the jobs, then they are not just solving the mathematical problems, but they have to face the day to day lives and the problems which can crop up anytime. So, are they ready for their problem solving? And whether they can think critically if there is a problem, and then creatively to solve it. So these are the 21st century skills. As I told you, collaboration, lots of connectiveness is important. Whether you know at the school level and at the college level, are we teaching these things to the students, because the students have got their professional lives later, personal lives, and social lives. Are the teachers, are our education systems, are they contributing to these life skills, which are the real challenge for them in future? And then when I'm interacting with the people in the industry, whom we are we are just inducting our students into the big corporate world. So then they say, okay, fine, the result card which we are giving them, it contains the marks in different subjects. But then this is their intelligence quotient. This result is talking about their intelligence quotient. But then what is their emotional quotient? Are they going to solve any problem which will crop up later when they are in the jobs? Suppose it is an airline jobs, and the passengers, they are going from one country to the other country, and our student is holding the post of a CEO, and then all of a sudden in the midair the hijacking of the plane takes place. It is a very critical question. It is the question of lives of so many passengers. So how your student whom you have taught is going to handle that problem, whether he has got balance of his emotions and he can think critically. So that thing is you know important very much these days. And I think that as per NEP also, NEP 2020, life skills are to be taught to the students at different levels, starting from, you can say, the pre primary stages, and then primary, secondary, senior secondary, and then the college level, and all that. So we should integrate the life skills into the curriculum, so that the future is good for students. And now, any question from your side, or I should just
Certainly.
elaborate more on that?
Certainly, ma'am. So, ma'am, if I just brief up, so you have very beautifully explained that how our children have to survive a highly competitive and a world which is very competitive and it's a global landscape. They need to collaborate with others from all over the world, and that is why these days we also call that 21st century skills are the new building blocks of learning. And that is, ma'am has very clearly told us that's creativity and innovation. these two things will be highly priced at. So, ma'am, schools are doing their bit. They have already started including curriculum, including 21st century skills in their curriculum, as you mentioned, the four C's. Now, I would like to ask you how we as parents can imbibe 21st century skills in our children by making small changes in our routine chores and asking children to solve them.
Okay. Actually, that is the real need of the hour. That how these, uh, life skills, the teachers, they are going to integrate in the curriculum, so that along with the subject knowledge, they are getting this knowledge also. And actually, at our times, we were not talking of life skills as far as the syllabus was concerned, but then we were getting it from our joint families, by interacting with different members of the families and our elders, dada dadi ki kahaniya, panchtantra and all that, and our Ramayan and all those epics, So we were really learning from that. But now that is not the situation. And from the very beginning, we are integrating the life skills, and they are the social skills, the emotional skills, and critical thinking. And also I want to add here the, all these, as I told you, due to the digitalization of education, information, technology and media skills, these things are also very important these days, along with whatever I have taught. And in the 21st century skills, we also add the productivity, that whatever we are teaching, what is the outcome of education. So, at that level, if I'll talk of the middle level, I will not start from the very beginning, but at the middle level, you know, we cannot just start the bigger things, So we'll start giving them some situations. So now the books are available, in which at the end of the chapter, they are integrating the skills like social skills, emotional skills, critical thinking, and problems solving. So we can give situations to the student, as I told you about one situation of, you know, a very difficult situation if we are lost in a forest, or the plane crash lands into the forest. So if you talk to your student and ask them that all of you make groups, and then you just find out that what will you do, I mean that real time situation you can give to them, and then they will come up with different types of ideas. They will do some critical thinking. And actually, why I am impressing upon this particular thing like crash lands in forest, because it was a real time story, and it was dramatized on Discovery Channel, and also the article published in Reader's Digest. So there, they have given a very good thinking. They have followed a stream, because on both sides of the stream people are residing because of the water. So they just followed a stream, and they could get water on the way, and they could eat some weeds or something, and then they reached a place where the people were residing, and then they contacted their city and all that, they could reach home. So this kind of a situation we have to give to our students. And one more situation of empathy, because empathy is also a 21st century skill, that we should know that not only the sympathy, but to be in the shoes of the people. We have to just feel that what kind of problems they are going through. So there also we can give a situation like this, that suppose you are traveling in a bus, and then halfway you get down, and later on after 1 hour you come to know that the bus has met with an accident. Then how will you feel? Then this is the type of answers I'm getting when I'm doing the teachers training, that first of all we'll thank God that we are alive and we got down before, but then after that they say no, now we will think of the people who are suffering there. We will reach the site, we will connect with their uh, relatives, and we will try to, the injured people, we will help the injured people. And if somebody has lost their life, we have to just connect to their relatives, and how we can really soothe them and help them, so that that's how they will know that what is empathy. So I think this is a very good way of just teaching them these life skills. And social skills are so important for everyone, because now what we are finding, that the marriages are breaking up. So now how we can help our society by giving guidance to the students at the time of adolescence. That at adolescent stage, the girls and boys, they should try to understand each other, and how to behave with each other, and how to understand each other's feeling of the opposite sex, and feelings, they are important. So once they will learn that, and then we also have to teach the girls, because the girls are going for the new family. So in the new family, how she is going to adjust with the new in-laws and the members of a new family. So that at the adolescent we can teach these people, and then our society will be, more stable society. And Indian society is a very much stable society. So now we can see the personal lives also, we can help the children by just giving them these kind of situations, and then teaching them how to behave with each other. And the social skills are very important. And I was, in a second third standard in the beginning of my career, and one small child, he came to me and he gave me a rose, a boy, and he told me, Miss, you are looking very pretty today. Okay. I was just surprised. I thought that how maybe his father has given this social skill to him, that you go to your teacher. So that way we have to teach them that how to complement each other, and then how to interact with their friends, in the class. Some students, they are able to adjust with everybody, but some of them are sitting quietly at the corner. So how we can help them? So that kind of social skills and the emotional skills, we have to, just integrate in the, class only. And yes.
So, in some very simple techniques, ma'am, you have brought forth here, we're not talking about making some big changes or big adjustment which everyone dreads. Some very, very basic and simple things, ma'am, have told, like, call upon children to engineer new solutions for small, small things. And I really love the point where she mentioned that encourage them to work in groups, because in groups they learn a lot. So, as parents also, we can have these things going on in a very simple manner at our home also, because my Dan was discussing how beautifully can all these small steps be taken at school level and it can be incorporated. Similarly, we can do it at school level, at home level also. Whenever we are making any decision, let's create a whiteboard. As ma'am also told something like this, that put down each other ideas, brainstorm on it, discuss more on it. That okay, this idea is fine. Let us incorporate this. So this all encourage a child to think and come up with more beautiful ideas. So, like this, we can inculcate 21st century skills and prepare our children for the future, which is unforeseen, we are not aware of. So, ma'am has given us a very, very important clue. It was a wonderful insight on 21st century skills, ma'am. Now, let me understand a little about you, about your journey. So, back, I mean, it's almost more than 3 decades that you are into education. What motivated you to join this segment?
Okay. First of all, I will say that I am from an academic family. My father, Dr. H.D. Sharma, he had done his engineering from IIT Roorkee in 1948. He passed out from IIT Roorkee, and then because he was an academic person, so we were put in all good schools, and his job was a transferable job. We were going to different places like Roorkee, Bareilly, Lucknow, Banaras. So that way, you know, uh, I have done my uh, 12th standard from Lucknow, from a very good school, and then I have done my, graduation from Banaras Hindu University Women's College, and then I have done my MSc and doctorate in chemistry from IIT Roorkee. And after that, is I mean that way, uh, because these institutions, they have really given me such a good academic background, as well as the exposure of a big university like BHU has got, the biggest campus in Asia. So there are so many subjects are being taught there and all that. And IIT Roorkee, it is the first Asian university for engineering. And there also we got guidance from great people. And all our professors, either they became vice chancellor of the university, they became the UGC chairman, or some, or things like that. And then, as my husband's job was a transferable job, so I thought I should do B.Ed also, because if I can get a job in a school, like when I was in Assam, my husband was posted in Assam, then I was B.Ed, so I could work in the central school there. And then I have done my master's in education from Mumbai University when I was the principal at Bharati Vidyapeeth. So God was very kind to me, and I got all right kinds of exposures. And when my husband was posted in Baroda in ONGC, then I worked in the MS University Baroda. And when I came to Mumbai, I have worked with all most of the good colleges in the Mumbai University. And then I got an opportunity to become a principal in a CBSE school. And then I joined that, and I never looked back after that. And uh, now I'm a CBSE master trainer, and a master trainer with the Navodaya Vidyalaya. And also I'm resource persons with many good companies like Oxford and all that. And I was invited to Sri Lanka, and I got an award, Educational Excellence Award, from the Prime Minister, Mr. Dinesh Gunwardane. So I say that my journey was wonderful. I interacted with best people, the best management, and I could contribute to the, because I was at Bharati Vidyapeeth, and Dr. Patangra was the education minister that time. So I just have contributed so much to the school, and many other schools in Mumbai, of these great people, whether they are the education ministers, or they are the, you know, other people, they are contributing. And so many good students, as I have taught in engineering colleges also. So my students have become engineers, doctors. And in a teacher's life, we say that all these whatever you say, profession, the teachers, they they just help the students to go to whatever profession is there in this world. So I don't want to take that much of this thing to me, that we make all of them. No, we help them. They are like our children, and they do well, and now I want that our student should become the Nobel laureates also. So that is my wish. So my journey was wonderful, I should say, and my journey is not complete, and it will continue till my last breath, I should say that. Thank you so much for asking this question.
You have a beautiful, enriching journey, ma'am. And hearing you, I realized that this is the only segment wherein you keep on growing and learning. Learning never stops. As you
That
work with some of the best people, the more you gave, the more you learned, and you keep on growing and growing. So this is the beauty of this beautiful profession. So now we have reached to the last segment of the show, which is called rapid fire round. So, ma'am, you have to answer me in one word or a sentence.
okay.
Yeah. So here goes my
Actually,
very
one thing here I want to tell you, that before this pandemic, and before this, all these things like, digitalization, we were watching all these things with either the Bollywood people or with the great people. Now, the teachers, they are also, with your good wishes, I should say, you are doing such a wonderful job bringing the teachers and the principal to this great platform of yours, And that is really so good that you people are just talking about us and asking us these wonderful questions. Please go
Thank you.
ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for recognizing our efforts because that it really, really pushes us all of us to keep doing what we are doing and be better and bring out best from each one of you. So here goes my very first question of rapid fire round. Ma'am, what do you do when you're not working in your recreational time?
When I am not working for the academics, you say, first I
Yeah.
will say that mostly I'm doing these things at home also these days, and throughout my life, I'm either teaching or learning or helping someone in the education for some new educational things. But I've got many hobbies because at our times, the girls were taught dance, music, painting, and all that. So I have, carried along with me the painting. I do the oil painting, and I held my exhibitions India and abroad. I've held my painting exhibitions at Fine Arts Section, Baroda, when I was in the MS University, and then I have displayed my painting at Indonesia, Jakarta at Hilton Hotel, and then I got appreciation from the government, also Indonesian government, and now also I'm trying to teach painting and do painting at home. So that is my hobby. And as you know, in IITs, I just want to tell you why they are called good, because we are given so many opportunities. They're like swimming was there. We were learning swimming, we were learning lawn tennis, we were learning billiards. So I was also doing all this. I don't know, I mean, I should nobody should feel that I'm trying to show off. It is just the part of my life. And now also I go to the clubs because I'm in Mumbai and every building is having the club. I play billiards, and if I get time, I try to do the swimming also. And then apart from that, I'm which I have not discussed in my educational journey, that I'm attending the conferences, big conferences, which are done for the climate change. And then I'm an environmentalist also, and I'm contributing many papers on the environment conservation, because that I'm giving to my students also, to the principals and the teachers. I'm motivating them to present their papers, that how they are going to save the environment, and then how to do the green auditing. That means that in the school, what kind of waste is produced, the biodegradable, non biodegradable. And then I have contributed to the agriculture also at home also. Maybe at the back you can see at the top the plants are there. They are the hydroponic plants. I'm putting these plants in water, and right now I cannot show you because I'm sitting here alone. But if you want, I can show you that they have got such wonderful roots in water. So that way, we don't need soil, we don't need the pesticides, we don't need the fertilizer. I've got 2 3 years old plants also. And then I'm you know helping my students with the aquaponics. Aquaponics is a combination of the fish tank and the water tank. In the water, we have got plants, in here fish, and then we connect it, and the water from the fish excreta, it goes in, and in the upper tank containing water, the roots, they absorb the nitrogenous matter. It is sent back, so recycling. So I'm so busy in doing all these things. And then I give a Save the Cow project, where there is nothing political about it, but we are teaching the student that you have to take care of the animals, because animals gives us so much, and what cow gives us. And then the Nandi bull, everybody knows that Nandi bull can dance. So it is an integrated project. It is integrated with most of the subject. I mean, I'm just dedicated to the education, and that is my life. I enjoy it. It is nothing I want any appreciation for this, but that I enjoy. I think I had talked so much. I'm sorry. I should have been a little bit brief.
No
Okay.
worries, ma'am. One must, hearing you, I just realized one thing that one must always keep on pursuing their hobbies, and whatever happens, one must find times to continue doing that because when you pursue your hobby, your brain automatically regenerates all your neurons and you feel so good about it. You feel mentally peaceful. So that is the
Yes.
most important thing. When the person is mentally peaceful, he can pursue whatever he wants, and he productivity also increases in every sphere of life. So moving ahead now to my next question, ma'am. Are you a tea or coffee person?
Okay, okay. Coffee, beans, or a tea. So then, I have done my doctorate in chemistry. So I just consider the tea and the coffee that they are the stimulants, and both are good. I say both are good, and the tea, when you make the tea, then you should not boil it much in the water, because after that its effects become negative. So 80 degrees centigrade, and then you add the other good things like in Kashmir we have got that kind of a drink where
Yeah,
you
kava.
add, yeah, kava. So that
Yeah.
kind of tea, if you are taking, it's wonderful. And the coffee, it does good also, and you should not take much. And that way, don't become an addict of it. Enjoy the aroma and all that. So that way, both are good for me. That's a wonderful question. I was not prepared for that.
And you answered it so beautifully. We got some useful tip also in that.
Okay,
So
thank you.
moving ahead now to my next question. The last book you read.
Okay. So I think that's a very good question. And if you will ask me the last book, then I will say it was about the environment. So I have
Mhm.
to see it's, I think it is kept there, but it was about environment, and it was written by some great people. And then they have discussed that how in India, different forests are there, and different types of vegetation is there. As in Mumbai, we have got mangrove trees, so how we can save those mangrove trees. And in Sundarbans we have got, now I'm talking of the environment, I will talk of the wildlife also. So we have to save the tigers, and then we have to even save the insects, and we have to save the frogs, and we have to save them, to save the world, the environment, because it is a very serious question of climate change. If we will not be able to reduce the temperature of our atmosphere, then by 2090 maybe we will not be existing on this earth. So that was the last book I was reading.
Absolutely, and a very serious thought here. We all can already witness the change in the environmental cycle.
Right,
The
right.
monsoons are already showing their results, and this time it's pretty harsh in many areas. So that is all the reason of the increasing temperature out there. So some very important topics here that ma'am has brought out. Ma'am, last question of the show: a piece of advice for our parents for preparing children for future.
I think that is the best question I have heard, last 2 3 years, because we are talking about teachers, principal, and we are talking of students that we are going to train them. But at some places only I've heard, like today you have told me that how we should, you know just counsel the parents about the 21st century, about the changes in the transformations in the education. And that is what we are talking to the society. And it is our contribution, the educationists, that we are there to help the society, or to reform the society. So for that, I think we should have lots of counseling sessions. And we have got all types of parents. Some parents whose children are in very big schools, as all of you know. And some the state board schools, the schools in the rural areas. So we have to handle them in their own different ways. I'll talk about the parents in Mumbai and big cities. So we will tell them that now the world has changed, and it is the 21st century, and there the memorization is not important, and the percentage of marks is not important, scholastic result is not important. So they should try that. We should counsel them about the 21st century, which I have talked to them about all these, that how they can collaborate. They should give the opportunities to their children to participate in different types of activities, and also the different types of teaching learning methods, like beyond the classroom doors. And these life skills should be instilled in the student. So the mindset of the society, the mindset of the parents, it has to be changed, that the objective, or I will say that these subjective types of exams, they are not important. Different types of assessment will be there, different types of outcomes will be there, and this competition is not with among each other, but the competition with the student, with himself or herself, that what he is going to learn more, and which and line he will be choosing. Because now we have got entertainment industry, and we have got even the culinary industry, like people, they want to become the like uh, in big hotels, that how can they be chefs. So just not getting the marks, going only to IITs, or getting in becoming a doctor, but what the child learns, if you want to become a musician, they have to help him for that. If he wants to become an artist, if he wants to become an actor, a director, a photographer, so that kind of
Very
mindset we should change. Thank
absolutely.
you.
So, my dear parents, my dear viewers, let the child bloom in the manner they want to, in the direction they want to, in their own time, in their own pace, just by little guidance. And one very simple thing that we all can do is stop pressurizing them and stop telling them that हमने तो ऐसा ऐसा किया हमारे टाइम तो ये नहीं होता था, because trust me, their time is tougher than what was ours. They have so much on their plate to do. We were blessed one, I suppose. We didn't have this much to tackle. The world which they are facing is much more competitive than what we were. So as parents, it's our responsibility to trust the school, trust the teacher, and trust the instincts of our own child. So this was Dr. Rashmi sharing some wonderful thoughts today on 21st century skills, on conservating planet, tips for parents from her own journey. It was truly an insightful session. My dear viewers, I hope today we were able to inculcate some more pieces on 21st century skills. Thank you so much, Pam, for your time with us. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you very much, Seema ji, and thank you very much, the great audience, for giving me this opportunity to interact with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.